Email too. Woo! Yeah, not good fish, huh?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Steve from Natural Selection Angling, and coming back at you today with another great video about how to make your own baits so that you can go out and catch fish on the stuff that you made. The good news is I can help you with the first part. So let's get right into it. You can check out my other videos about how to make the perfect glow epoxy. I'm not going to go over the process in this video, but what I'm starting with here is primed blanks that I've sanded down. So sanded the blanks, primed the blanks, sanded the blanks. Now we're going to apply that epoxy. You just want to brush this on in a fairly liberal coat. You don't want to go too thick because you want it to set up really well. And then we're just going to add another coat anyway. So I like to do 2 or 3 coats sometimes of glow epoxy because I want these things to really shine and glow for a long time. And I can tell you for a fact that these will glow for a minimum of 6 hours. Now it doesn't mean I'd fish them that way the whole time. I'd still routinely charge them up, but these glow for 6 hours, man. Way longer than anything that's commercially available off the shelf. And we'll just get these guys prepped for the next coat. We're going to do something a little bit different on the second coat, and we're going to add some mica to it. And this is white metallic, and it's just going to make that undercoat really sparkle. You don't need too much of this stuff, maybe about a 1/4 teaspoon or so for this batch. And then we'll add the glow powder and move right on. In my other videos, I explain this process to you, but I like to mix everything I want to mix with the epoxy just in the hardener itself before I put the resin in because I don't want it to start to catalyze before I'm ready. I want the open time to stay open as long as possible. We'll just work our way through the pile and get everything into the turner. And then the next morning, we're back at it again. These came out pretty good. Now, I like to give them a quick check with the blacklight flashlight just to see if I missed anything. And they're really popping. Before I move on from here, I'm going to weed these out. And it's pretty simple. I'm just going to use the tip of my awl to scrape the material off the back side of the spoon, and it'll just pop right out of the holes like a plug. I'm going to take these right down to the bare metal on the sides, and then give the top surface a good scuffing. All right, let's get them clean so we can move on to the next step. I'm working out in my mind here how I want these to look, and I don't make any plans. I'm just going to do whatever it is I feel like doing, because these are for me. I'm going to fish these. So I start by making an outline of the spoon on a piece of green painter's tape. And then I'm going to get out a stencil. And this one's a French curve. And a French curve has a lot of different types of curves on the stencil, but these are very natural. They conform to what's called the Fibonacci ratio, which is very prevalent in nature. I think this is going to look good. I'm just carefully going to cut out the part that I want to paint with a razor knife. Just try to take your time during these operations because this will really matter when you paint them. And if you want the paint to come up nice, then you really want to take your time with the stenciling because this is going to define eventually what your paint looks like. All right, so just weed out the part where we want the paint to go.
Hey, little man.
And then that's my cat rubbing on my legs. That's who I'm talking to there, if you're wondering. Then we're going to gently peel it up and not tear it so that we can apply it to the spoon. So I marked where the front hole of the spoon is with a black dot, and I'm going to put that right over. That black dot's going to go right in the center of the hole on the spoon, and then I'm just going to pull the stencil down so that it goes around the hole on the rear side of the spoon. Now, this is just how I chose to paint them today, but guys, you do you. Do whatever you want here. That's the beauty of this stuff, is we can do whatever we want. Nobody's telling us any predetermined outcome. Just make sure that the tape has good adhesion because you don't want the paint to get up underneath the tape. I just cut off the piece of tape that was sticking out because I could just see later how that's going to stick to something and cause me problems. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. Do you enjoy doing things the full-on manual way? Or do you want to buy pre-made stuff like stencils and then just, spray through them? I personally like to do it the full-on manual way. If I need a stencil, I'm going to make the stencil. I just try to make everything. And those are looking pretty good. Now, I normally would never touch these with my bare hands while I'm working on them, but it's really hard to use tape with gloves on. It just sticks to the gloves and becomes a problem. So I'm gonna just give a quick wipe down with ISO here on the part that's exposed. Then we're gonna go ahead and apply some neon pink Createx Wicked. What you might not be able to tell from the video here is I'm not releasing paint the whole time here. I'm putting on a little bit of paint and then I'm using just air to kind of flash dry it because I don't want it to work on the glue or get up underneath the tape, which it will. It's a water-based paint, and the glue on the tape isn't going to like that. So you don't want it to get super wet. So I'll just flash it as I go, and then I'll hit it with a hair dryer between coats and put a second coat on. Now we're going to do the same for these other 4, and we're going to do these ones in orange. Pink and orange is 2 colors I really like to use a lot. They're very fishy colors for salmon and trout. Plus, I did so many green ones for a customer lately that, man, I'm just tired of green. So something different. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I get to this part, it's like it's a mix of excitement and trepidation. Right? I always have in the back of my mind, I'm going to peel this tape off and everything underneath it's going to be all screwed up. But it almost never is. It's almost always just the way I expect it to be. And this batch is no different. Now from here, these are good to go. I mean, they look fine, but I'm a perfectionist. And so I'm gonna go after every single little tiny wayward speck of paint. And I'm just gonna use a pointy Q-tip with a little bit of tap water on it. And I'm just gonna work off any paint that doesn't look right. And you can see a little bit on the Q-tip. And then I'm going to change the Q-tip because I'm going to work on a pink one now, and I don't want to transfer orange to the pink. Okay, now you want to be careful, okay? This is where the tape was attached, and sometimes it can leave a little tape residue behind. And I'm going to work that off with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the Q-tip, but I'm going to take care not to touch the paint. I just cleaned that up, and I'm not going to wreck it now by trying to get too aggressive. Now I'm going to hit it with a 40-30 clear to protect my work, and then I'm going to put some eyes on. I'm going to apply these with super glue because the fish that we fish for are really aggressive and big and strong and have big teeth, and they'll just tear apart anything that's not well constructed. So I'm going to make sure that these eyes stick on there real tight with super glue before I epoxy them down. Just going to do what I feel like doing here, guys. I'm going to put some orange eyes on the pink striped spoons, and I'm going to put some pink eyes on the orange striped spoons. And these eyes glow too. Now, those eyes come attached to a piece of cardstock, right, with some plastic wrap over it. Now, I don't trust that there's no chemicals from the factory. So again, I've taken some ISO on a Q-tip and I've just cleaned off the lens of the eye so that when I go to epoxy it, I don't have any trouble. Now, artwork of your choice. I'm going to do a few of these the same and a few of them different, just whatever I feel like doing. Right, now that these are done, I'm going to hit them with a 40-30 clear again so that I don't lose my work. And I'm just going to go ahead and get these ready for the turner by hot gluing a chopstick to the back of each one. And then I can put these right into the turner. Okay, now I'm just going to make clear epoxy, right? I'm not going to mix anything with it here. This is just the final top coat. And I'm going to put on the top coat, put these in the turner. I'm going to wait 4 to 6 hours and then hit them again while they're still tacky. Yeah, for more details on this, you can watch my video called Perfect Clear Coat Every Time. Check that one out. And after the second coat, they look like this. Thank you so much for being with me today, guys. I really enjoyed making this video and spending this time with you, and I hope you got some valuable information from it. If you did, please subscribe, like the video, set the alert bell. I want to make sure we're together for the next one, guys. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you then.